Welcome back to the channel, MBI, Manny B Investing, and we are going to take a look at the token burn that took place on Paribus yesterday. So they announced that they're doing a token burn, but what does that really mean? How do you confirm that the token was actually burned, and what does that mean for everyone that holds it? So when you do a token burn, it reduces the max supply. So you basically take the tokens that you are allocating to be burned and you're sending them to a place or a wallet that no one has access to, essentially removing that supply from circulation. So similar to what the US government does with money, they take the old bills and they burn them, causing deflation. But it doesn't really work that way with USD because of all the government corruption and all that stuff. But in the crypto world, it works because it's all based on math and algorithms. So they use an algorithm that takes 25 million or so tokens and permanently removes them from the circulation. And at the time of the burn, it was worth roughly $700,000. Right now, with the new all-time high, that burn value is worth about $1 million. So let's take a look at the Ethereum transaction. And again, people ask, well, why isn't it built on Cardano? Well, Cardano doesn't have a lot of the things in place yet for them to be able to port over. That's coming. It's a very new blockchain, just initiated the smart contracts. So that is the roadblock right now. So projects that are ready, they're building on Ethereum at the current moment so they can burn tokens, because token burning is not available on Cardano right now. So while we're in the Ethereum, while we are on ERC20 token, they can do burns. So that's pretty cool. So this is the transaction. You see it took place one day and 3 hours ago. And this was the address, the Paribus deployer address right here. And you have your contract. This is the Paribus ecosystem contract right there. That's another address for Paribus that I wasn't looking for. But you have your ecosystem address there. And you have your black hole address, the amount of tokens, and you see the current value based on the current price. There's their fee. They paid roughly $50 for this transaction to burn 25 million PBX tokens. That's the block, and that's how many blocks were minted since. So this is basically just confirming, all the network and all of the miners on Ethereum confirming, hey, this transaction took place. It's real. Mint it on the ledger. So there it is. It's here. It's minted on the ledger forever. Everybody can see everything. All cards are facing upward. And this is why we love decentralization, because we can see everything. If this were a traditional finance deal, you would never get access to this data. They'd never show this to you. You would never be able to see contracts. You'd never be able to see wallets. You'd never be able to see the transaction fees that they pay and the protocols and transaction types that they use. With blockchain, with decentralization, you can see all of it, which is why we are here. Hopefully, if you're not too much of a retailer still, this is why we're here. So this is it. It's burned. It went to this address, this black hole address. Nobody can access that. It doesn't have keys. No one can take money out of that. It's nowheresville. Also, don't send your tokens to that address because they will be gone and you will never be able to recover them. But here's the Paribus Etherscan page, the max supply. Look at that. Almost about 9,975,000,000. So that 25 million came out of that overall max supply. So you go, well, how do you do that? Okay, let's open up a new tab here. let's go to coin gecko. Let's take a look at PBX. That max supply. Boom. So this data is wrong. The new max supply is this number right here. So they need to update this because Paribus is deflationary. So it will deflate as time goes. These burns will reduce that max supply. So the circulating supply will rise and this will lower. And when this meets, you'll have your total supply, and then you would then calculate your market cap based off of that. So technically, this market cap is wrong because we are dealing with 25 million less tokens that are gone forever. So it's going to work just like a currency. It will eventually burn down to a level where it's like a tug of war, right? So you have people buying, people selling, and then you have the total supply. So it becomes rarer as time goes on. So you have rarity. So that will constantly help increase the value of the token. Look at that rank. We're going to start using coin gecko. I'm going to do a video on the transfer over so we get a good idea of the data we're going to, or we're coming from, and where we'll go to in the future. So that is the token burn and how it works. And is it a catalyst? Yes, it's a catalyst for price movement. Typically up, because the more rare something is, the more valuable it is. It's not 100%, but that's typically how it works. When there's less of something, the demand goes up, the price goes up. So that's the idea behind token burning. How that's going to work on the Cardano ecosystem. We know that there are plans for a burn address or a proof of burn project that Charles Hoskinson has talked about on AMAs, but that is not really a thing just yet. It will be when they convert over to the Cardano blockchain next year. They're thinking Q2, probably Q3 to be safe, but that's going to be a really, really awesome moment when we actually have Cardano tokens, native tokens for PBX, and we're not ERC20. They'll have a bridge where you'll be able to bridge over, or some type of airdrop situation where you burn your tokens and they get created onto Cardano. So that will keep the total supply, the max supply, in check. So that's cool. We got a lot of good price movement today. All-time high 4 cents. Right now we're at 3.8, up 19.6% on the day. Good stuff. But this is just a little video kind of digging a little deeper into the actual token burn, what it means, the transactions, what they look like, how it all works. So that's it. I'll put the links in the description if you want to take a look at these transaction details. If you have any questions or anything like that, drop them in the comment section. And congratulations to everybody that is on the PBX train. No matter what you're doing, if you're a hodler, you're bagging up and holding, if you're a swing trader, whatever it may be, you're all good to me. So it's all about PBX. However you're doing it, no judgment. I do a little of all. I do a little of both, right? I have a bag where I'm holding. I have a bag that I'm trading. Just learning from past mistakes. That's all I'm doing. And I'm sharing that information with you guys. Whether I win or lose, I'm giving you the info. So thank you again for checking out the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, get new video notifications, and hit that like and share. We'll see you on the next one.